Förlåt, får jag bara fråga? Hej, jobbar du här?
Ja.
Hur kommer jag in i kyrkan?
Ja, det är jag som öppnar.
So, I recently went on a research trip to northern Sweden for my upcoming comic book about my grandmother, with about 3 of those days being spent in Övertorneå. While I was there, walking between libraries and discovering a whole lot more than I'd bargained for. Oh my god, those are the cars. Those are the cars. She came to give me more of this, and then she was like, "Can I be nosy and ask who this is?" So I started telling her everything. I've got their contact details, and once the comic book is done, they will stock it in their library. And do you want to see something more insane? You see this? That's also made by him. It's literally here in the research center. That's nuts. Oh my god, we have one of these at home. One place had stayed locked up and eluded me the whole time. Övertorneå Kyrka. You may notice though that we are currently heading into the churchyard again. And that is because I really want to just see if I can get inside. The lights are on. Here it is. Okay. It's locked. I don't know if it's open. Oh. Beautiful church. How am I gonna get in? How am I gonna get in you? Let me in. It has been a very successful trip. I do just somehow want to get into that church. And I don't know how. This research trip I was on was about my granny, but getting into the church was a bit more of a selfish quest. My granny took me there as a child. Her hometown is Övertorneå, and I hadn't been back since her passing. It was my last few hours in Övertorneå and my last shot at getting into that church. Not a good start, because unlike yesterday, I can't see any lights in there. When suddenly, I spotted someone clearing gardening equipment in the cemetery.
Förlåt, får jag bara fråga? Hej, jobbar du här?
Ja.
Hur kommer jag in i kyrkan?
Ja, det är jag som öppnar.
Jaha, får jag komma in?
Ja, absolut.
Tack så jättemycket!
Är du på besök här?
Jo, jag håller på att forska.
Gör du?
Jo, så jag har försökt...
Vad har du för forskningsämne?
Jag håller på att forska om min farmor som var väldigt aktiv i kyrkan.
Säger du det?
Ja, Stina Andersson hette hon.
Okej.
Hennes
Roligt.
far var August Andersson.
Typ kyrkvärd och sånt, eller?
Jo, jag tror det.
Ja.
Hon var med i kyrkorådet här för mig.
Okej, vad det var hon. Jag ska skända lite så du ser bättre.
Ja, tack så jättemycket.
Läsa. Det finns ju skylt också här.
Går det bra om jag filmar här inne?
Det får du göra.
Tack så mycket. Men gud vad fint. Jag var här sist när jag var 16 år gammal, tror jag det var. Jag var sist här när jag var 16 år gammal. Nu är jag nästan 40. Jo. Men. Wow. Yeah, Granny spoke about this. I might be wrong, but I believe that this is Mantelmadonnan. Wow. Det kanske blir lite på engelska då och då. Tack så jättemycket.
Sen får du gärna skriva gästboken om du vill också.
Jo, visst, absolut. Men jag går runt och tar lite kort och sånt där. Och...
Jag ska öppna så du kommer upp på den här läktaren.
Men tack.
Den här rollen är intressant för den kommer från tyska kyrkan i Stockholm.
Jaha.
Det är en jätteintressant historia.
Ja.
Det var så stor så det gick bara halva här.
Jaha.
Man tog den främre sidan som var längst fram i tyska kyrkan. Den tog de hit.
Ja.
Och den sidan som var bak, den satte de i Hedenäset.
Jaha.
Som brann ner i oktober.
Oj.
Ja,
Det här året?
Ja, oktober nu, senaste oktober förra året.
Förra året menar jag.
Ja.
Nej,
Så den blev alltså det blev ingenting kvar av kyrka och klockstapel. Inget.
Vad hände? Vet ni det?
Alltså bara att det började brinna i klockstapeln, och det är väl elfel som är nästan alltid gamla. Man ska hålla bättre koll på elen.
Ja.
Man får inte slarva med el, och man måste bygga om elen när det har gått ett antal år.
Jo, visst.
Speciellt i fornminnesbyggnader.
Ja, men det är ju klart.
Men det var dåligt gjort.
Hearing this was a genuine shock at the time. I hadn't heard about this at all, and it made them unlocking the organ space for me even more special than it already was. The other part of that ancient organ from the 1600s no longer exists. If you stick around until the end, we actually end up driving to the church on our way back just to see what was left in person. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the gentleman wasn't joking. Let's go back to the past, clearly overwhelmed Jen.
Ja, men
Det är tråkigt.
Jo, det är
Tur att
jättetrist.
den här finns kvar.
Jo, alltså hur är det med det här? Att är det mycket folk som kommer hit, eller?
Jo.
Det är det?
Jo, om man tittar i Guestboken, nu är det nytt uppslag, men om man bläddrar ett blad tillbaka så kan du se bara sedan 22 juli är det 2 sidor.
Men bra.
Ja, och det är endast sådana sporadiskt som du som har kommit och frågat, kan man komma in i kyrkan?
Ja.
Hade vi haft guider, vi skulle ha det, men det var bara 3 veckor sedan kom det inga mer guider.
Jaha.
Det fanns inga i gymnasieålder som ville vara guider.
Jaha,
Det var
okej.
tråkigt.
Jo, jag
Annars
förstår.
skulle vi haft ännu mycket mer besök.
Ja,
Men
okej.
slå upp den här dörren.
Ja, men
Och se på den fina orgeln.
Men det här är fantastiskt, tack. Vad tur att jag såg dig. Okay, right. Well, this is very, very lucky. So I'll be sure to take a lot of photos for you, and I'll translate everything that was just said. But yeah, this is Övertorneå Church, and I literally, vividly, let's go back. And I'll show you.
Då får du gå hur länge du vill här.
Tack så jättemycket, jag kommer ut när jag är klar då.
Ja, det är långt. Jag ska greja lite runt här på kyrkogården.
Ja,
vi har soptömning, så
Jaha, okej.
jag ska tillbaks.
Ja, jag kanske kommer ut och frågar mig grejer sen. Tack.
Jag kan hända här också.
Oj. Så jag går bara hit upp då? Jag går bara en bit.
Ja, det är bara gott där.
Men tack.
Mycket sitter i där.
Fantastiskt.
Ja, roligt. Bra, så jättemycket.
Okay, so we are officially on our own in the church. Wow, there's a guide in different languages. So the lovely person, the groundskeeper, I assume, he opened everything up. So we're gonna just do it bit by bit. While I'm here, I'm so excited I might just die. Okay, we're gonna just start off. So when you come into the church, this is what you're met with. Look at these amazingly made pillars. And I love the colors and everything, the way that they have matched the carpets with everything. Just little bits like that just makes everything look really harmonious. And as you come in, this is what you're met with. And you can hear the groundskeeper outside. Wow. I'm absolutely flabbergasted that I'm allowed to just walk around. Oh, I remember that as well. Granny told me about that. Okay, we'll go first to the very front. Here you go. Here are some of the candles. Those are real candles. Okay, and you got the same on each side. And here. And then, as you walk to the front, I have vivid memories of that. So my granny would take me into the church and she would show me mantelmadonnan. I might have to double check with a lovely gentleman if that is what it is, but I remember
as a child, that she called it Mantelmadonnan, so that it probably is. And then she would show me the other old figurines. But for now, let's walk to the front here. I mean, the curious part of me. Oh, sorry. Side note. Look at the little painted panels. Wow, of the woods. Oh, that's nuts. Yeah. Side note. I would have loved to have gone up there, but I feel like that's probably disrespectful, because obviously, you know. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm choosing not to do that because I don't think that that's my place, really. But you can see probably from down here, look at the painting. Look at just the intricate details. It's just bonkers. Sorry about my bag. I might have to take it off. I'm just too excited. Wow, look at the old chairs. Wow. Oh my God, the fact that no one's coming in here anymore. It's really upsetting. They need more people here. Look at this. There's no one here. Look at the coloring. All of this is made out of wood, and then they've painted the sides. I don't know if I'm allowed. We're gonna have a little peek in. Whoa. I'm not sure if I'm allowed in here. Oh my God. Wow. This is. Wow, look at that. What's up? You got little socks. Okay. Kyrkokalender. Wow. Gåva till Övertorneå Kyrka 1935. A gift for Overtornea Church 1935. This. Look at the chairs. I'm sorry if it's a bit dark in here, but I don't feel like I don't want to touch anything. This is me right now. I'm trying to keep it together, but I'm so excited. Like, this is the best thing that's happened. Oh my God. I remember that too. Granny told me about that. These are just notes for later Jen to be like, what was that? Okay, so these are, wow, 1697. 1771. 1707. I'll come back and I'll just walk through everything and take photos, but for now, let's just keep walking. Wow. I'm sorry if I keep saying wow. I'm trying. Yeah. Yeah, you open it up. Yeah, Granny showed me this. I remember that I was more like down here when she showed me this. This was more of my view when I was a child. And now, obviously, a little bit taller. Okay. Let's go to each side, and then we'll go to the organ. Is that the word? Last. Right, so look at the benches, by the way. They're so beautiful. And even this as well. This is just making me want to come back and actually take time and do a separate book that is just painting this church. Because not only is it, I mean, obviously, as you can see, incredible,
but it's also something that is quite personal as well. So I think we should definitely be doing that at some point. Wow. Okay, so these are the ones that my granny showed me. They're saying that the sculptures they've got an alarm on them. Yeah, so that's, I believe, George and the Dragon, I believe. And it's from the 1500s. And there it is. That's the one that Granny showed me as well. So here you go. I'll take a photo of all of this for now. We'll just keep moving around. And this is the back here as well. Okay, so we'll just go to the other side. Okay, so this is the other side. And again, the pillars are absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. And see all of these as well, all these hand painted. So again, they've all got alarms on them. So this is made, I'm gonna translate all of this, don't worry, because I'm trying not to get too distracted. But all of these are from around the 1500s. This one is around from the 1400s. And this one is around the 1500s. So yeah, I'll take pictures of all of these properly. And now we're gonna go to the back. Actually, no, hold on, there's more here, isn't it? Yeah. So here's more. That's from the 1300s. The 1300s. Wow. Okay. Right, we're gonna go to the other floor. So we'll go up here now and have a look around. Okay, so he was very kind and he opened it for me. So we're just gonna take a walk up here. Oh my God, you can definitely hear it. Ooh. I've never been up here. Wow. Okay, this is the back of the organ. Wow. Oh my God, my heart is racing. My heart is going like 1,000,000 miles an hour right now. So you see, you can sit up there as well, and you can sit there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at it. Any organ-pilled people? I have no idea what these mean. I will take pictures, don't worry. Look at the painted keys. Look at the faces. Wow, and if you look up here, every single bit has got hand-painted parts of it. Oh my Lord, this is... Okay, I'm gonna try to squeeze past. There's a piece open here as well, and here are some books. Okay. Hello. Okay, we're gonna look here as well. Again, we're just going down. Overtornea. Okay, it looks like German. Look. Okay, that is officially my favorite face. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna go around the side. Just have a quick quick look. Okay, so we're just here so you can look. It looks like they've been cleaning it. Yeah, look at that. So they're keeping good care, taking good care of the organ itself. Again, I'm just... Wow. Okay. Wow. Right. Okay, so this is... I don't know how any of this works. This is just a bunch of wood, and it looks... Look at all of the... Gives you all the threads, all the wires and stuff. Yeah, I don't know how any of this works, obviously, but look at the doors on the back and the steps, so you can climb up there, I assume, to the very top and have a look. Okay, so I'm going to start taking some photos now, and then we're going to go and say thank you to the groundskeeper. Right, let's do it.
Tack så jättemycket. Jag fick till och med se vackra orgeln. Det här är ett fantastiskt världsarv. Jag är tacksam att min farmor Stina Andersson tog mig hit som barn. Jenny Gildad, Leeds, England. Men född i Luleå.
Right, let's go and have a quick chat with the groundskeeper. Let's do it. I mean, the question is if I can find him. He might be just around everywhere, so I might have to leave it there. Oh, and seeing as my parents literally are right there, I think they're kind of itching to head off at this point. I'm just gonna do a quick little roundabout just to see if he's around the corner. I just wanted to say thank you to him personally, but I don't think he's around here. Oh, darn. Okay. Well, hopefully he'll understand that I am incredibly thankful for just their generosity, for just allowing me to just walk around and opening up everything for me. I will never forget this. Thank you so much. I'm just gonna go and sit down now.
So now, when I'm back at home, I tried to get some quick info up or to have on the side of this video, but I was finding it a little bit difficult, except like Wikipedia, of course. However, out of nowhere, a guy over on TripAdvisor had decided back in 2018 to just straight up write a whole bunch of info about the church in English with great excitement. How about we just go through it together? The most beautiful 17th century wooden church! Exclamation mark. Övertorneå Church, at my birthplace in Sweden, is one of the most beautiful and best kept of the 17th century churches in Scandinavia. Särkilakskapell, or chapel, was the first church building in Övertorneå. It was located about 3 kilometers up the river, north of the present church, and was mentioned for the first time in 1482. In 1615, the spring flood washed away the old chapel with all its precious equipment. The church of today was built on a safer spot at the foot of Särkivaara Hill between 1615 and 1617. In 1717, the church was plundered by Russian Cossacks. They took the church bell and some other valuable things. The 76-year-old vicar Johannes Thornberg tried to stop them, but they hit him so badly with his own walking stick that he died 2 days later. His stick is still kept in the sacristy? I'm sorry, I don't know what a sacristy is. It's still kept there? Well, carrying on. The church was reconstructed between 1735 and 37 and enlarged to a cruciform church by the skillful church builder Hans Gabrielsson Biskop. The bell tower, which dates from 1763, has got some very interesting external paintings of a kind that is not often seen in Western Europe, but may point to an easterly influence. I love this bit. The organ! All in caps! Exclamation mark. The organ is the oldest big, still in use 16th century organ in Sweden. It was originally built in 1609 in Spandau. I'm so sorry, people who speak German. Germany, by Paulus Müller. He built it for the German church in Stockholm. In 1780, the organ was brought to Övertorneå Church for a sum of 250 Swedish crowns. Oh boy, that's pretty cheap. It has later been completely restored. The altarpiece represents the women at the tomb of Christ. It was painted by Carl Tirén in 1903 and is in fact a copy of a painting by Axel Enders hanging in Molde Church, Norway. Again, apologies to people who speak Norwegian. I probably butchered that. Tirén's picture replaced an altarpiece, the 3 paintings now hanging on the wall above the southern gallery. The pulpit and the sanctuary barrier were carved by the builder of the church, Hans Gabrielsson Biskop. They are good examples of a provincial Baroque style, inspired and influenced by great masters like, Burkhard Precht in Uppsala. In 1500s, Archbishop Jakob Ulfsson presented his most northern church with the late medieval wooden sculptures that are now some of the most precious treasures of the church. They probably originate from the cathedral in Uppsala. When the Serkelakskapell was destroyed by the spring flood, all of these sculptures were washed away, but they were later found by haymakers working on the Torne River banks further south. I do remember Granny telling me about that. But yeah, love it. Thank you, Dan, TripAdvisor man. But yes, that organ though, as said before, it is apparently the oldest still in use organ in all of Sweden, and people on kyrkokartan.se are pretty hype about it. Although I did notice a theme of the church being locked. So this person tries to go into the church but is unable to, and says that they will be back to try to get into it. So one of the photos is them literally looking through the window and taking a pic. You can see that the church is now kept locked, apparently a lot of the time. So it wasn't just me. And as was said as well, the church houses sculptures from the Middle Ages. I still can't quite believe that I was just able to walk around in there and have a look at everything. It was a little bit surreal. 2 bonus things that I remember being told as a child that I'm sure are just folk tales or that I probably am misremembering, but let's just tell you anyway. I think that my granny said that the priest that we mentioned earlier fled with the keys to the church valuables while he was being chased by the Cossacks, and he threw the keys into the river before the whole beating began. So I remember Granny telling me that it's a bit of like a local tale that people have been trying to find the keys in the river, but no one can find the keys. No idea how accurate any of that is. And apparently the original chest with all of the church silver in it still has holes in it from when the Cossacks tried to force it open when they couldn't get it because of the keys. I don't know though, like I walked past the chest in the back in that vlog, but I have no idea if that was the original one, and I've looked at the footage afterwards and trying to catch like any kind of Cossacky looking holes, and I couldn't see any, so I have no idea. If anyone knows, I would love to know. Do you know? No. So there was a thing that past vlog Jen said that I have to correct. Please excuse her. She was so excited and emotional in that moment. At one point I said something along the lines of it's upsetting that no one is coming here anymore. Clearly the church has visitors and fans, and while I was there, 2 other visitors actually came in to look around and signed the guest book, which is why I turned my camera down at one point and there's a cut. But I was personally in like full nostalgia mode, and I remember as a kid back in the 90s that there was just a lot more activity in and around the church, and the fact that the other church, Hietaniemi Kyrka, had recently burnt down was still kind of fresh and shocking information that made me upset in that moment. So, speaking of this, on our way back to Luleå from Övertorneå, we made the decision to go visit Hietaniemi. Okay, I'm borrowing my dad's phone because my phone is overheating, and we are currently in Hietaniemi, and hopefully my video from the Overtornea Kyrka is intact because of my overheating phone. But yeah, when I was speaking to the guy over there, he was saying that the Hietaniemi Kyrka, the church here, completely burnt to the ground last year in October, and it was also one of these old, like, real, you know, World Heritage things. I would have to go and have a look at a picture of it, what it looked like. But this is what's left. Oh my god, it's completely wrecked. It's completely gone. Oh my god. Wow, it's just utterly destroyed. There's nothing. So, he said that it might have been an electrical fault that started the fire, and because these churches are made out of timber, you know, it's just a big tinderbox, isn't it? So you got to keep care of them to make sure that stuff like this doesn't happen. This is now just rubble. These are historical buildings that need to be cared for. The fact that the electricity apparently maybe wasn't being rewired in time in these timber structures from like the early 1700s, that house priceless artifacts is kind of insane. The craftsmanship, especially the woodworking and painting, looked incredible from the photos I found online, very similar to Övertorneå Kyrka. So when I got home, I had a quick look to see if there were any news reports about Hietaniemi Kyrka burning, and I found this. So this is from SVT Nyheter, and Norrbotten is the north of Sweden.
Vi har fått larmet strax efter 3 i natt, och ja, vi såg ju redan när vi rullade från Övertorneå att himlen lyste.
So we got the alarm at about 3 a.m. and we saw when we came from Övertorneå, this is the fire brigade, that we could already see the sky lit up by this fire.
Riktigt, ja, ljussken, så vi räknar väl att det blir mycket jobb.
We could see there was going to be a lot of work.
Ja, i bakgrunden så
In the background you can see how it went.
Det gick väl inte så där riktigt. Ja.
Hur såg det ut när ni kom fram?
What did it look like when you arrived?
Full fart, det var...
It was completely...
Klockstapeln eller vad de nu kallar den här.
The fire was coming out of the main church bell area. I'm sorry, I can't remember what it's called.
Den brann ju för fullt, så att det såg vi som sagt redan när vi var på väg hit, att det brinner kraftigt, mycket kraftigt.
Men inga personskador?
No one was hurt.
Utan det är ju då, ja, det var ju 3 i natt.
It was at 3 o'clock. No one should be there at that point. In a following article, they also interview the church warden for Övertorneå, and you can read this if you know Swedish, but it's a really sad reading. But she basically reiterates that the church was built in the 1700s and it contained ancient objects of great historical value. And she also said that the organ was unique from the 1600s and it is impossible to replace. What's gone is gone. So I've made a small donation to the Övertorneå Kyrka Swish account, and another lovely human did the same after watching my original work vlog that featured the church. They cited the wish that the good care of this ancient monument will continue into the future. If you want to swish them as well, I've put their number up here and I will also put it in the description below. Swish is a Swedish payment thing only, I'm afraid. Thank you again so much for allowing me inside to film Övertorneå Kyrka. I really hope to be back soon.
Wow. I'm sorry if I keep saying wow. I'm trying.